You're listening to the SS Experience on S&G.
That's the stuff right there. Let's get into it though. So we got Diddy, right? So since the last time I did a pod with you guys, Diddy got caught on camera beating the shit out of Cassie. We don't condone it, but we're going to have a conversation after the conversation. So since then, Diddy has been charged with a whole new sexual assault, rape allegation situation that's going on from the late 90s. But let's rewind a little bit, because there's a lot of content that I haven't heard anybody talk about. And this is what I pride the SS Experience being on, because did Diddy doing what he did to Cassie and all? No one condones sexual assault, physical assault, mental abuse. No one condones any of that shit. So we want to put that out there right now. And let me fix my sweatshirt real quick. I'm super comfortable in the house, guys. I ain't gonna cap to you, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is though. But we want to ask questions on top of this shit, right? So I want to share a couple of tweets with you real quick, which kind of stem me of how I wanted to, go about this real quick. So I started off with a tweet a couple of days ago. It's about 6 days ago, so it's been about a week ago. First off, obviously at Henny Hardaway 75 on Twitter or X, how you get down these digital streets. First off, who found a video from a hotel 8 years ago? Second, how much did the person get paid for the video? It's not right what Puff did, but a 2016 video from a suspect. So I want to send a special shout out to a real good hooper. Her @ is Rebecca30H on Twitter. She was balling in that Athletes Unlimited Pro Hoops. Did her thing out there for real. Real good hooper. Definitely love when we get to exchange on conversations. So she replies back on Twitter, "Why is the video suspect? Doesn't matter when it happened. It's here and it's out there. You sound like you're trying to find an excuse to say that this is okay. Diddy has money. There's no doubt he's paid to make plenty of things go away." Very much true. These are the questions that I want to ask. And she's not wrong in what she's saying, outside of the fact that I sound like I condone it, because in the previous tweet I said I don't condone it, but it happens. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes. So a report after the fact said that Paris Hilton, so I guess he stayed at the Hilton, Diddy paid $50,000 for that tape not to see the light of day. Okay. So my first situation is, so when Diddy paid the $50,000, did the Hilton give up the tape and now Diddy has the tape on his own? Or how did that go? Because again, we're talking about a tape from 8 years ago, 2016. I want you guys to try this. Say something happened at a grocery store. Let's say it was 6 weeks ago. I guarantee you that place don't have that tape. They're like, yeah, we scrub our tapes every 30 days or every week. And it's it's going to be a whole bunch of excuses why somebody can't go to that back room and pull out a tape, or that's old school, pull up a stream from 6 weeks ago. And we're talking about just 6 weeks ago, let alone 8 years ago. Okay, so this tape is out there. Why is this tape out there now? So what I want to do is, the questions that we're asking is just basically why now? Because when we ask the question why, it's always, oh, you're condoning the behavior. Nah, not at all. I want to, like, even with Bill Cosby, I want to know why the hell is old people from the 60s coming up in the 20, 10s, the 18, 19, around that time before Cosby got locked up. And like, why are y'all talking about this now? From the 60s. That's why there's statutes of limitations, because it's like, you can't just be bringing up old shit. Now, again, no one's condoning this shit. All I'm saying is don't bring up old shit, because you carried that pain for all of that time, and rightfully so, and respectfully so. I don't want to say rightfully so, respectfully so. You carried that pain all of that time. Why are you bringing it up now? So Diddy first started off with, oh, this is a money grab. Maybe it could have been a money grab. Cassie got cashed out, from that. That's what the worst mistake Diddy could have done. Out of all of the business that Diddy has done in the past, that's the worst thing Diddy could have done. Because once Diddy did that, that's when the floodgates open and everybody, they mama, feels like they can just holler at Diddy and be like, hey, this shit happened to me too, and all this stuff. Again, we're not condoning it. We're just asking questions, because men lie, women lie, people cap. Y'all thought I was going to say numbers don't. Nah. Men lie, women lie, people cap. All the time shit happens. There's men in jail and prison right now for rape cases and, cases and things that they did not do. I forget the dude name, Burns or something like that. He used to play for like the Falcons and all of that. He actually had to sit it down for a long time, for a rape allegation. Even if you go back to that movie with Idris Elba and Gabrielle Union, I forget the joint, but it's the movie where he had like 3 daughters. I think Tasha Smith was in that movie too. So he got like 3 daughters or whatever, and he's trying to keep the daughters pretty much, safe and all of that shit. And he goes to jail because white girl said that he, raped her, and he basically didn't. And it just, the point I'm saying is that people lie. We're not trying to discredit the people who coming forward. We're just saying that people lie. And unfortunately, because people lie, we can't take the benefit of the doubt of everything that goes on between all of the people. We can't just be like, he raped me, burn him, lock him up, throw away the key. That's why it's called due process. So we just can't go off of allegations until you put a person in a courtroom, and until either a judge or, judge by 12 or whatever, instead of, judge by 12, and the process comes together, just like OJ. Rest in peace, OJ, the juice man. The juice lives forever. There was a big portion of people that still felt like OJ did it. Even after the due process, people like, nah, man, fuck that. OJ still did it. So even after due process, people gonna still think the way that they're gonna think. It doesn't matter. It's your opinion, it's your thoughts, it's your feelings. Okay, perfectly cool. But when you have these situations where people can just cap, that's why we never can give women or people in general the benefit of the doubt until hard, evidence comes through. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, again, men lie, women lie, people cap. All the fucking time. So why is it so hard to be like, okay, well, it's 2 sides of a story. It's her side saying he used to beat me up. It's his side of the story saying I ain't never touched that bitch. But then when the video comes out, okay, now we know what it is. Now we can act. Now that's why you see LeBron James, Young Miami, several people just unfollow Diddy on social media. Because they don't want to see him on the timeline crying no more, talking about something. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I mean, it was disgraceful. Nah, bro, you just saw that the video came out. Other little story about that is that they said that when the police raided Diddy's cribs, that's how they got the tape. Now, if that's true, obviously they had a search warrant, but your search warrant wasn't for tapes of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We don't want to add on too much. Let's just keep it simple. Let's just bring it back a little bit. Why did the tape come out? Because Cassie and Diddy settled out of court on these actions around this time frame. Because I believe her time frame was, the time that we dated, things happened. You know what I'm saying? I forget exactly when they broke up, but I mean, again, 2016 is still 8 years ago. I said this before. And this story came out after I said this. That's how you know great minds think alike. Nothing is criminally going to happen because of this tape. Because the statute of limitations, for one, is 8 years on an assault. Sorry, it's too long. Second thing, you settled out of court on this. So you can't go back civilly and get Diddy for this because he already settled for that. He already cashed Cassie out for that. You can't go at him criminally for what's on said tape because of the statute of limitations. So again, I asked the question, why? Why did this tape come out? If you knew what I knew, and what a lot of people probably did knew, nothing was going to happen with this tape. This tape was just something to put out there to embarrass Diddy. Now, again, we're not saying embarrass Diddy like this is a bad thing. Like, it is what it is. It came out. Okay, great. But we just asking the questions, why? What's the relevance of this tape coming out? 8 years. It's horrific, but nothing's going to happen to the man. He does a crappy ass apology, which we're not going to play on the show. You guys have seen it millions of times before. He did a crappy ass apology. 50 roasted him for it. Oh, and 50 got some real funny shit we got to tell you guys about later on in the show. But let me put that in my notes real quick that will bring up this 50 story. Because 50's on some funny shit. 50 funny. That's all I got to type. I know what I'm talking about. So my thing is just like, again, we're not condoning the behavior. We're just asking questions. Why is the tape out? Like, who put the tape out and who benefited from the tape? Because if you want to say the feds ran up in the spot, they took tapes and shit like that, and somebody, you know, in the FBI or whatever is playing the tapes, and then they be like, oh shit, it's a video of Diddy. I think he was Diddy at the time. I don't think he was Puff or P. Diddy, but Diddy at the, you know, whatever, beating the shit out of this woman. Oh shit, it's Cassie. Let's leak this. Like, I can't put nothing past the government. You know what I'm saying? But if the government gave the tape to the news people and were like, this is what we found, that's bullshit. Again, we're not condoning the actions of Diddy. We're not condoning the beating of Cassie. But what we can't condone is people getting information in a bad way. I don't want to use the word illegally, but in not so decent means, and putting it out there. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the things that we have to watch out for. Diddy doing that? Wrong. I'm going to keep saying this because somebody's going to be cutting and clipping this stuff, and they're going to get to the point where they're going to take a decent chunk of like, this is what he felt. No, because after every sentence, I'm going to say wrong. Diddy was wrong. So that way you can't cut it. If you do, you're going to have to really do some cutting and editing. If you're going to really put it out there that I'm trying to condone what Diddy's doing. Diddy was wrong. But what's not right is how the tape got out there and the timing of when the tape got out there. Now, if you're trying to say, like, let's say this is 2018, this happens and the tape comes out and something, you know, can be done about the action, because this is the point of I'm saying this. You get in trouble, you get shamed so the action can change. What I mean by that is when you do something wrong, you get caught, you get punished so the action can change. So you don't do the said thing. So, you know, you used to smoke crack, you get caught with some crack, they send you to jail, they send you to rehab, they teach you, they discipline you, they put you on a better path, you get out, you're clean. That's normally how punishment works. And I probably shouldn't have used crack. I probably should use something violent, whatever, but y'all get the point. Diddy's not going to go to court over this. He's not about to get a fine or any sort of financial indirectly or directly because of this. So what was the point? No punishment for said crime that a lot of people are outraged about. What's the point of being outraged about something if nothing can be done about it? In this particular instance, which goes into transition, the new case that Diddy got going on. I haven't done too much research about it, but you know how I like to do. If the video production is right, which it may or may not be, because I might not feel like doing that shit, it's going to be a video of what I'm about to play. If not, you guys get to basically just see me do what a lot of people have been doing. I've been doing this for a long time, but now I'm seeing the big production people and the big, you know, podcasters, people who got like a budget, like a real budget to do this. It's like, motherfucker, why don't you just have your board plugged into your phone and then you can just get the audio from your phone? But nah, they be doing the tricks that I be doing, which is very simple, which is just basically hit play on the phone and let that thing go. So what I'm looking for is, which I could have sworn I just liked this. I just liked that video. What the hell happened to it? Or did I retweet it? I'm looking for the video of from CBS This Morning, where they basically just tell the story of Diddy and this new lawsuit that's going on. And more intelligent people who actually do investigative journalism together with all of this. I'm just a gas bag with a microphone, and we're just going to do it. So we're giving credit to CBS This Morning. It wasn't this morning. Or was it this morning? Today the 24th? It was this morning. So let's go ahead and not yet. I want to rewind it real quick. All right, so either this video is going to take place of this, or you're going to have to see me just, do this in a very hood way. Let's go ahead, run the clip.
Sean Diddy Combs faces another new lawsuit, the second this week. In the suit filed yesterday, a woman accuses Combs of rape and sexual assault. Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, is responding for the first time to graphic video of Combs assaulting her back in 2016. Our national correspondent, Jerika Duncan, has more, and we want to warn you, the details are disturbing. Jerika, good morning.
Good morning, Michelle. The details are disturbing indeed. This is now the seventh lawsuit directly accusing Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault. Ventura filed a separate lawsuit in November, which has been settled. And allegations in this suit describe Combs forcing himself onto this woman and in one encounter demanding that she take drugs. April Lampros, according to documents filed in New York County Supreme Court, says she met Sean Diddy Combs in early 1994 while she was attending the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. She says Combs promised her mentorship, invited her to parties, and showered her with gifts. But according to the filing, those gestures became abusive, and Combs began to show a terrible temper and often threatened Lampros. She alleges 4 encounters with Combs, including one in 1995, where Lampros says Combs raped her in a New York City hotel, and then another incident that year where she alleges an attendant witnessed Combs sexually assault her in a parking garage. According to the documents, when Lampros tried to distance herself from Combs, he retaliated by having her fired from her job at a restaurant. Lampros is now the second woman this week to file a lawsuit against Combs. Combs is currently facing several cases with similar accusations, all of which he has denied. Last week, disturbing surveillance video surfaced of his assault on longtime girlfriend Cassie Ventura. The singer broke her silence for the first time since its release, writing on Instagram, "Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become," adding, "My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. No one should carry this weight alone." Combs posted an apology online Sunday in response to that surveillance video.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Well, Combs is also the subject of a federal sex trafficking investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. CBS News has reached out to lawyers for Combs and has not yet received a response. Tony?
Jerika, thank you very much.
Insane. That shit is wild. Now hearing about Homeland Security, because I believe they were the boys who ran up in his spot. They could have found the taping, gave it to the news, gave it to the people. Diddy's fucked. We've seen it before. R. Kelly, Cosby, and obviously I'm naming the black ones. You know what I'm saying? You get hit up with this shit right here, man. It's no bueno. It's no bueno. It's no good. You feel for, and again, the reason why I'm not on the feel sorry for Cassie, because I do, but everybody is saying it, and if you know the brand, if you know the program, We don't like to say what everybody else is saying, because if that's the case, you can just go over there and get it. We try to be different with, you know, our analysts and our conversation about this type of stuff. So that's why we're not focusing on like Diddy, the pity party. Nah, fuck all that. Because Diddy deserves everything that he's about to get. Like, from a artist, a former artist or whatever, right? If anything, Diddy, if we're talking about karma, in the big picture of karma, karma is all of the good shit you do, all of the fuck shit that you do. We all know Diddy was on some fuck shit the way that he did the paperwork with his artists. French Montana is maybe the only bad boy artist to never say nothing bad about Diddy. You can go as far as 112, Total, even as current of a person, Young Jock. You can go to all of these people, the Locks, Mace. You can go to all of these people, and they'll tell you how the paperwork was fucked up to the point a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, Diddy gave up the publishing and gave it back to the artist. You know what I'm saying? Notice I said he gave it up. I didn't just say he gave it back to the artist. He gave it up and gave it back to the artist. So Diddy always been on some fuck shit in the big picture. You know what I'm saying? He's always been a sleazeball in the big picture. It's just now when you add, you know, sexual assault, domestic violence and all of that, it just makes you a bigger piece of shit. And again, we don't condone it.
You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.